Gossip Girl, the final season. Let's recap. So season 6 starts with Serena finally off drugs and with a new boyfriend named Steven. Serena and Blair are no longer friends. Shocking. Useless Nate is sleeping with yet another girl. She's underage, only being 17. Her name is Sage, and she hates Serena because Serena's dating her father, which is Steven. And so, in an effort to make Serena pay, Sage strips off all her clothes at Blair's fashion show. You can tell, she's very mature. Way to go, Nate. He's 24 and she's 17 and this is okay? Well, as long as he's got money, I guess. Blair is now running her mother's fashion line, but failing because of her dark side. Dan wrote a tell-all book about the Upper East Side, and released a new chapter every week. How this guy has friends, I don't know. Dan is trifling. Lily and Bart are actually trying to make their relationship work. Charlie/Ivy is sleeping with Rufus, and now they're dating. Are you serious? Rufus threatens to sue Dan thanks to Charlie/Ivy. Now that's some Judge Judy Jerry Springer shit. The Upper East Side is failing. Serena and her new boyfriend Steven have the who have you slept with talk. Serena's a slut. This might take a while. Of course Serena lies. I would lie too. She's been around. Georgina's trying to pimp Dan. Literally. So I just realized this now. Nate has sex with every girl who's ever been on the show. Jenny, Blair, Serena, Vanessa. I'm still waiting for them to tell us his age. Wishful thinking on my part. Bart and Chuck are at odds again. So original, right? I mean, Bart and Chuck, who would have thought? Bart has a secret that Chuck wants to expose. Serena finds out that her boyfriend Steven slept with her mother Lily. What? Sex with everyone! Dan moves in with Blair. Georgina gets her hands on the Dan and Serena sex tape. Oh shit. Dan finds out that Blair has plans to marry Chuck. Serena finds out that Steven wants to marry her. Brave! I would not marry nobody with AIDS. I'm sorry. Blair is stage team up to stop Serena from marrying Steven. Chuck starts scheming with Ivy. And it appears that Dan is trying to get Blair back. Sage gets her hands on the sex tape and shows it to everyone at the cotillion dance. Serena now wants to be friends with Blair. For God's sakes, make up your mind, people! You're either friends or not friends! Dan and Serena are pissed because the sex tape was revealed. Steven breaks up with Serena. Somehow, love blossoms and Serena and Dan are magically back together. Where have I seen this before? Ivy steals the evidence that Chuck needs to put his father behind bars. Blair names her clothing line B. Bitch, Blair, B. Ivy's in love with and working with Serena's real father to destroy Lily. But not really, because he's using her. Blair's new line is a hit. Rufus sees Ivy kissing Mr. Vanderwoodson and dumps her. Bart blackmails Nate into helping him destroy Chuck. Dan somehow makes amends with everyone. Same shit as always, Chuck and Blair can't be together. Dan releases a Serena chapter and calls her a hoe. No surprise there. Blair is scheming to break up Dan and Serena. Dan, shave your chest. Steven tells Dan that he wants Serena back. Sage doesn't mind if Chuck watches her and Nate have sex. Father art in heaven, help the Upper East Side, for they need you. Serena dumps Dan, but Dan really loves Serena now. So familiar. Nate punches Dan in the face. Welcome to the Upper East Side. Bart Bass is a murderer and Lily is running away. Nate goes to jail for fraud. Like father, like son. Here's where it gets good. Chuck and Blair pull a Bonnie and Clyde and kill Bart Bass. Shit just got real. Chuck and Blair can finally be together, and at last they are married. After all of this time, Lily and Rufus don't end up together. After everything, they end up with other people. Dan is marrying Serena, and finally, after 6 years, Gossip Girl is exposed. Her true identity? Dan. What? Dan. What? Oh, hell no. Dan? Really? Dan, be serious now. Are you gay? Dan is on fucking crack. Apparently Jenny knew the whole time that Dan was Gossip Girl. This whole family's fucked. All the drama, the pictures, the lies, the deception, all Dan. They should have killed him. I would have killed him. I just wanted to fit in, and I knew that if I did it this way, then I would fit in. There's no part for me in the Upper East Side, but if I wrote myself into it, then I would. Boop, boop. All of this drama because of Dan wanting to fit in where he doesn't belong, but he still gets to be happy in the end anyways. What a waste of 6 years. What the fuck? I can't even believe this shit. Dan is Gossip Girl. What did you guys think of the end?